Tonight we're running on the right track. I know we never gonna look back. Oh, I just wanna have a good.
Hey fam, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another makeup tutorial for you, and it's definitely a little bit different. I was really inspired to do a mermaid-esque tutorial, especially after all the Colourpop live swatching I just did. If you missed my video where I tried the new Colourpop eyeshadows on, I will link it down below. It was so much fun. Where's the cap? I need to put the cap on this before it dries out. It was so much fun. If you guys want to check that out, I will have it linked down below. But I had a ton of requests for me to use this banana daiquiri shadow. You could definitely choose to skip on the freckles, skip on the mermaid tears here, the glitter tears, and still I think rock this look for a fun mermaid summer vibe because I think it is just beautiful. Also, I get a ton of questions on my hair, how I get my waves and my mermaid-esque look. Today I actually added a little bit of glitter to my hair to add to the mermaid feel. So at the end of this video, I show you guys how I style my hair. It's extremely easy, but I get a ton of questions on it, so I thought I would include that for you guys today. And yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the video. I actually think I want to start with the face today. I normally start with the eyes, but I want to start with the face. So I'm going to first prep with the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir, which I do really like, you guys. And I think I either saw it on Trend Mood, I don't know where I saw it, but they're coming out with a smaller version of it, a travel size, which I think is nice. Next, jumping into our primer, I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Face Glow Primer. This is super hydrating, so I love it. It looks just like a moisturizer, doesn't it? And it's kind of thick like a moisturizer, almost like a night cream. Next for the face, normally I do wear a pretty full coverage foundation, but I think for this mermaid-esque look, it'd be nice to do something a little bit lighter. I'm going to use a CC cream instead. This is the IT Cosmetics CC cream in the shade Medium. It has a lovely SPF 50 in there, which is so fantastic. I wore this to the beach this weekend, and I don't know if you can tell, everything is burnt except for my face because this did such a good job of protecting me from the rays. Like, it did better than the sunscreen, like the copper tone sunscreen that I put on my body, in my opinion. It was just amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and use this all over the face. And I am applying this with my Sigma Beauty 3D HD blender, which I love. I've grown to just love this flat side. I love the pointy side for contouring. I'm always pretty amazed by this CC Cream's coverage anyway. It's pretty close to full coverage, and you can pretty much build it up to full coverage in my opinion. And look at that beautiful, this is not the glow one. They have an illuminating one, but it still illuminates. Like, it's amazing. If you're like me and you have a few little acne spots you'd like to cover up, that's fine. I'm going to take my Benefit Boing Concealer, and I'm going to use that with my Sigma Precision Flat Angled P89 brush, and just use it just where there's a few discolorations that I don't love. I also have some discoloration around my mouth, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this there. I also have this pesky little thing right here, so I'm going to cover that. I'm going to use that same Benefit Boing under the eyes, because it is just like, it's my life lately, so I'm going to correct in here with it. I'm really just planting it down my little line right there where I get these little, like, not enough sleep lines. I don't know what they are. But bringing this peachy corrector through really, in my opinion, does a good job to balance that out. And then on top of that, for brightening purposes, I'm going to take some Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer in the shade number 2 Light. Just in a nice little triangle motion. I'm also going to bring some down my nose. Blend that in. Beautiful. Now that that's all blended in, let's go ahead and set the concealer and everything. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier setting powder. Sometimes I like using a brush, but today I just feel like using my sponge. So I'm going to bake into my under eye. And let's go down the nose as well. And then I always like to do a little in the center of my forehead to lock that in. For bronzer, I also want to take a little bit of my Benefit Hoola Quickie Contour Stick because, again, I just feel like in my brain, mermaids have such a natural, I don't know, a naturalness about their makeup. I feel like a contour stick is probably the most natural. Put some there, and then I'm also going to add some on the temples and around the forehead. With my Flat Kabuki F80 from Sigma, I'm going to blend this in, always pushing and stroking upwards and back, if that makes sense. You never want to pull it down, I know you guys know this, but into your jaw area. And then, of course, blending the forehead. I love this Quickie Contour Stick, even on top of my Laura Mercier setting powder. It's just blending so well. Next for our eye primer, I'm going to take Layin' Low by MAC Cosmetics, the Paint Pot. I think I'm just going to stick with my P88 Flat Precision brush for this. I always take way too much. You really don't need that much. And I'm going to pop this on my lids as our base. Next on the eyes, you guys, I'm going to take the Violet Voss Matte About You palette. I can't believe I haven't used this yet. It's just been sitting here. In my opinion, Violet Voss does not get enough play. Their shadows are top quality. First, to start off, I want to jump into Sweetheart, this matte creamy shade. Well, they'll all be matte, so I don't need to say that. And I'm going to pop this on my highlights, right on the brow bone there. I'm also going to jump into Sweet Talk, this peachy shade. It's like a peachy sherbet. And I'm going to blur this onto my lid. Blend, not blur, what am I saying? Work it up into the crease because this will be a lovely transition shade in my opinion. I love that color. That is beautiful. I next want to go into the shade Passion, like a burgundy over here. And I'm taking that with my E45 blending brush from Sigma. And I'm going to pop this in my outer V. And I do want to bring this kind of like all the way around. So I'm also going to pop it right on my inner corner here and just kind of wiggle the brush. You don't need to go back and forth too hard because then you're going to get that fallout just splattering everywhere and it can be a little difficult to clean up. And then fanning it into my transition shade, we can take that blending brush again that had the sherbet on it and just kind of run it over everything to fan out. I want to take a little bit of Sweet as well, which is a really dark espresso. My little baby girl sleeping behind me. She's so precious. Okay, so I want to concentrate this then even closer to the eyeball, really giving some dimension here. This is Banana Daiquiri by Colourpop, and if you missed it, I did live swatch and try on each one of the new Colourpop summer shadows. I will link that video down below. I'm so happy you guys still love live swatching as much as I do because it's one of my favorite things to do. I was gonna take a brush, but probably my finger is just gonna be best for this, so I'm gonna get my finger in here. Take this shadow. Oh, love it. Such a beautiful aqua teal. And then let's go ahead and pop it in the center of the lid. It's really up to you how far you want to take it up. In my opinion, that's about perfect. Just a little bit past your crease. From here, I also want to take a little bit of Mi Amore here. Mi Amore, is that it? Just a black. With my favorite E36 blending brush from Sigma. It's the perfect crease brush or accent brush if you have hooded lids like me. It just pockets right here exactly where I want it, ever so perfectly. So I'm going to blend this on the edge of that teal and in between the more reddish color so we can really get a nice contrast going. I'm going to do the same on my inner corner. Alright, so next let's remove the powder underneath our eyes because we really don't need that anymore, all this baking. So I'm going to take my Sigma Beauty F86 tapered kabuki brush and just clean that up. I'm also going to jump into my medium to dark palette, the Shapeshifter palette from Urban Decay. I want to take this highlighter shade and use that underneath the eye to assist with removing any powder that might be left over, but also give us a nice little brightening effect. I'm going to pop a little mascara on before our falsies. This is the Falsies Push-Up Drama by Maybelline, which I love the brush of this mascara. I think it's so awesome. Next for falsies, I'm going to try a brand I've never used before. These were sent as a PR package, so this isn't sponsored, but I did not pay for these, just to be completely honest and out there with you guys. These lashes are by Your Lash Bar. How gorgeous are they? Even like the packaging, it's marble and rose gold, which is amazing. They did give me discount codes for you guys. These are not affiliate codes, so I will not make money off these codes, but they're totally free here for you to use. Use code 3 for 15 to get 3 lashes for $15, or you can use the code 5 for 25 to get 5 lashes for $25, which is really not bad. So I will link those codes down below. You guys can check them out. Okay, so I'm going to use these ones here. These are called Dirty Martini, and they are big and fluffy, and I think these will be perfect. Got my lash glue. Let's let it dry for a second, and then we'll pop these on. Ooh, those are pretty. I'm also going to take a little eyeliner. This is the Marc Jacobs highliner in the shade Blacker. And I want to use this to tightline around my eye. So just bringing it 360 degrees all the way around. I'm going to do my top rim and my bottom rim. Ooh, I love tightlining. I don't do it often anymore. And then when I do it, I'm like, yes, I gotta do this every day. With a smudgy brush, this is the E20 from Sigma, the short shader. I'm going to blur out that black and make sure it's nice and blended. I'm also going to take a little bit of that Passion shade, and I'm going to smoke that right into that black liner. Next, I need to apply just a few more coats of mascara to my bottom lashes as well as my top lashes to marry everything together. Next, I'm going to jump into the Next, I'm going to jump into Urban Decay's Naked Skin palette again, but this is the light medium shade, you guys. And I did do a live swatching video on the new Urban Decay stuff, also like the Colourpop, so if you wanted to see that, I'll link it down below. I'm going to take this contour shade here, and I'm going to use this to contour my nose. So I'm going to run it down the sides. I'm going to take that same contouring powder with my powder blush brush from Sigma Beauty. So just add a little bit more on my cheekbones right back here, and again blend upwards. I love using a blush brush for this. It just keeps it really light. A little bit up here in the temples as well. For blush, I'm going to take the Pink Duo from Colourpop Cosmetics. I'm sorry that I don't remember the name, but I will of course list it for you guys. And I'm going to start with this Bubblegum Pink and pop this on our cheeks, work it back into our bronzer. And then for highlight, I'm going to take one of the highlighters from the Wet n Wild Unicorn collection. This is Rainbow Highlighter in the shade Everlasting Glow. I'm even going to use the Fancy Pantsy Unicorn brush from Wet n Wild. Super cute! I'm going to get a little bit on the brush. I'm trying not to disturb like the pattern or whatever. Let's do down the nose as well. I'm adding a little bit everywhere because like, hello, mermaids glow, right? In my opinion. Next, to just jazz this up a little bit, you guys, I'm going to take two of the Urban Decay Special Effects, the Vice Special Effects. This is the shade Glitter. Is it really? Yeah, glitter. And I want to add some glitter just to the center of that Colourpop shadow to really make it sparkle. I'm also going to take this one in the shade Copycat. It's more of like a rusty red. And I'm going to line this right underneath, or on our lower lash line right here. And just pat that in. And then also going back in with the more green one. And I'm gonna just barely take it down. And now we're crying mermaid tears. I'm gonna take some Jordana Fabuliner, the black one, to just go over my lash band and ensure there's no glue or anything showing. I also want to experiment with these today, you guys. These are the Makeup Forever Aqua Gel Color Paints, and they just look so much fun to play with. This shade here is 180. No, this shade here is I-80, and this one here is I-50. It's either an I or an L, I don't know. I have them both on my hand here with a liner brush, and I kind of wanted to play with metallic freckles today. So I'm going to go ahead and start just pouncing this everywhere that I normally have freckles. I think it will just add to our mermaid fun. I'm going to do the same with this shade, which is M52. I'm actually placing it on top of some of the metallic ones we already laid down because I don't want to over freckle. I don't want to over freckle. Lips, I'm going to first line with Makeup Forever's number 21 lip liner. And then on top of that, I'm going to take the Urban Decay liquid lipstick in the shade Brat. Wow, a lot of Urban Decay in this video. In the center of that, I'm going to add a little bit of Colourpop's Fairy Floss as well, which is a sheer gloss, I believe. Love this. So basically, you guys, I always get questions on how I get my wavy hair, and this is it. It's just this simple, and I thought I'd show you in this video. Before I go to bed, I always braid my hair either in one braid or in like pigtail braid because Alok, my fiance, cannot stand my hair touching him. Because like, you know when you cuddle at night, all your hair is just in his face. Like if I'm little spoon, he's big spoon, it's all just back there. So I do braid it every single night, and then when I wake up, I just, you know, unbraid it. And there's always some really lovely waves that were made for me. It's truly that simple, you guys. I just braid my hair, and then you can see when I take the braids out, I get a nice wave. So this is basically what I'll do with it. I'll run like an oil. Like, what's the oil I use? I think this came in a BoxyCharm. It's the Marrakesh oil. I've almost gone through the entire bottle. I love hair oil, so I'll normally run a hair oil through my hair to just untangle and get the frizz out and kind of loosen everything up. That works great. But for today's video, just to kind of further the mermaid style we got going on, I'm going to take this Fun Sexy Hair Root Glitter Gel. It's their Glow Getter Gel, and this is actually a specific gel for glitter roots. So this, it actually has a brush tip on it and you can apply it directly. I kind of want it in the tips of my hair. So I'm gonna just squeeze it into my hand like this and I'm just gonna start running it through. Ah, it's so beautiful! I didn't know if it was gonna show, but it really is showing. So again, you can make your full-on glitter root with this, or you can do what I'm gonna do and give it more of like a beachy vibe. This is cool. I didn't know it was gonna be this great. I'll be honest, I was like, oh God, I'm probably gonna ruin my whole video by throwing this in my hair, but I really like it. Alright fam, that is it for my mermaid inspired makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you do not like the mermaid tears or the metallic freckles, I totally get that. Just remove them. Don't put them on and then the look will still be gorgeous in my opinion. You could still put a little glitter on top to really make it pop, but you know, definitely customize this to work its best way for you. I definitely don't expect you to be able to wear this to the office or anything like that, but it was just super fun to play around and I would love to start doing more of these just different type of looks just to kind of zhuzh my creativity. Maybe like every Saturday or every Sunday it'll just be like play day makeup. I don't know. I just think that would be really fun and yeah, I don't know. It would just be fun. That's all. Thank you for watching me today, you guys. Definitely head to my Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat to follow me there. I'm doing giveaways on my Instagram and my Twitter this week. If you want to take part in my giveaways, definitely go follow me. It's ThatGirlShaeXo, just like my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!